everybody. Welcome to MinusOneCharisma Dungeons and Dragons stream. We are here tonight on this wonderful Monday to roll dice. I don't know. I was gonna say a whole bunch of rolls, and then I was like, no. I wanted them to rhyme and like play, roll day, role play, roll may play. The game.
Stop it.
Yeah, I think we workshop this like later, not.
Yeah, maybe you're supposed to do that before the stream. I'm not sure. I don't make the rules.
I thought we sent you scripts on this, James. Stick to the script.
Yeah, I'm supposed to just read the script. I know. I apologize. How's everyone tonight? Good?
Doing good.
Fine. And also awesome.
Yeah.
Fine and awesome.
Flag and awesome.
Oh,
You know how we do.
that reminds me of George Carlin had a whole sketch on fine and dandy. He's like, I've met people who are fine and I've met people who are dandy, but never somebody who's fine and dandy.
Sure.
And he talks a half hour on it, and I was like, man,
That's amazing.
you just went down a rabbit hole of your own brain.
Yep, as he does.
I can relate. What happened last week, Kelwise?
We saved the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Save the world.
I could give you like the gist of it, but it's not going to be
Revisionist
good.
history.
This guy that said
Let's
the
be honest.
end.
Yeah. We stopped getting attacked by the mirror monster. We ended up meeting with the queen. She told us things telepathically before everyone else was able to, I don't know, interject basically. Because when they did, they immediately kicked us out of the kingdom forever. Effective immediately. So that was kind of a bummer, but sort of expected. And we're now on our way to the Deep Wood. Is it the Deep Wood? Yeah, I think. To find a tower, a spire, a spurling, or whatever his name was. And there's a guy named Habbadash there, and we're gonna go try to find him. And we also got the. Yeah.
Sorry.
We got the amulet of unseeing eyes again, so that no one can see us walking. I don't know. That's about it. That's all I remember. How'd I do?
Nice. All right.
That was
That's pretty
fantastic. That was way too good, actually. Too good. Do it again, but worse. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean,
good. What was it called again, James?
You guys
Was it called the Deadlands? Is where we're going?
I'm trying to pull it up right now.
That get crazy.
We've been to the Darth Woods.
His
I think we're going to go
world,
to
I'm
the
just living
Deadlands.
it.
It's just it's a different translation of the same place.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think it was the Deadlands. I'm pretty sure I wrote that down
I mean,
somewhere.
So I remember I heard it and I was like,
we're
where are
looking
we
for the
going?
source root.
yeah, you're looking for the source root, which this guy's been basically making elves with this
North
magic being this thing, but they said like a copy of a copy. If you guys have ever seen the greatest comedy of all time, Multiplicity, you know that a copy of a copy is never as good as the original.
Great movie.
You're duplicating.
Kate, you
Flaws.
look like you disagree with me, and I think
I just have never seen it, and I'm also my cat's chasing his tail
Aww.
through the chair.
Through the hole.
through the hole in the chair. He's
Through the hole. Wow. It's impressive.
Yeah.
So it's definitely called the Deadlands. I wrote that down as well. Habbadash, a
here it is.
sorceress.
I found
Tower of
the map.
Madness.
Of the Deadlands. You want to give that to us? Just like tell us where to go.
The Deadlands
That'd be
is
great.
correct. And there's a
Nice.
spire.
Ding,
Okay.
ding, ding. What do we win?
Ding, ding, ding.
You get to go there, a free trip there.
Right?
Yay!
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll throw in like a quart of ranch.
yuck.
Gay?
Ranch. Right.
Ranch.
It's dressing?
Yeah, nothing to
This is
dip
the
it
best day
in,
of my life.
just ranch.
This is the best day of my life. I
You
love
have fingers, right? You can dip your fingers into ranch.
I do that sometimes.
Wow, that's gross.
That's a lot of ranch.
Depends what kind of ranch. Okay, Hidden Valley. Mm-mm. Anyway, sorry, I'm a ranch connoisseur.
No, ranch can. I
kind
can
of ranch
agree.
do you like?
Some ranch can be really good, and some it's just like it's okay. It's like
What's the
commercial
good
ranch.
ranch?
Wingstop Ranch.
Wingstop
It's
ranch.
good.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I can agree with that.
All right.
Anyway,
Moon
We'll
stuff.
have to get a bunch of different ranches
Let's play
sometime.
some didn't.
On the channel,
would
and we'll just
love
lay
that.
them all up, and we'll just try them. And like,
Can we
the
also
best ranch
do-
for carrots.
Can we
Best
also do
ranch for
barbecue
pizza.
sauce? Like
Yeah,
random
yeah.
barbecue sauce and get like French fries and pizza and like dip.
Ooh,
We're doing
Nice.
a blind
Hey, there you go.
tasting.
Pizza and barbecue
blind
sauce.
tasting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Blindfolded. All right, you guys are standing outside that big lake just outside the city. Your ship is anchored in the little, just off the coast. You had taken your little jetty to the coast because your ship is too big to land anywhere even close
That's
to
what
the
she
shore.
said.
Yes, you guys were going to head north to something called the Deadlands. You guys do have the Archivist, the Endor, who is going to ride with you, presumably, and show you the way. Anything you guys want to do? You have the gnomes still outside, just hanging out, as well as the other misplaced souls who don't have a home anymore.
let's get our friend with us. Can we bring him?
Who didn't we already try and bring him? Didn't we already look at his wares?
We looked at his wares, but we didn't ask him to come with us yet. I don't think. I think we
wouldn't-
realized that after we ended.
You
I
wouldn't,
wouldn't mind.
what?
I wouldn't mind checking in on old Ogden.
Yeah,
Okay.
should we all go together and see if he wants to come with us, or
Yeah.
I mean, I think so.
see what
Okay.
he's? Yeah.
Easy enough to find Ogden, the eye-patched, one-eyed
Sweet.
half-orc. He's just loud and boisterous, and he takes up a lot of room with his really broad shoulders. His daughter, nowhere to be seen. The half-Goliath, half-orc. Quarter-orc.
Ogdina.
He's probably not
Ogdina.
gonna leave his daughter.
And he's
Oh.
just kind of...
Also, just a reminder that I'm looking out for the next time I can talk on my moon ring.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's got to be
Nice.
coming up.
Very good thinking. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it was
you guys
several
had...
sessions ago that I stated
Well, you
that.
guys, you had talked to him right after you jumped out of
Yes.
the portal
Correct.
from the Sunfire Archipelago. So, you guys, it's only been maybe a week or two maximum. So you probably have another like 4-ish or 2 weeks before
Like 4, do you know that?
Yeah.
How does the moon work?
the moon's
Okay,
gone.
I'm just
moon's gone.
reminding
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm
For sure.
looking out for that.
Don't
wanna miss
yeah,
it.
you guys find Ogden just kind of looking at stuff. Just like looking piles and piles of what could be junk, could be valuable riches. Hard to tell. What are you guys doing? And then he kind of turns his one eye with a big magnifying glass on. Huh? Oh, hello. Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
Hey.
Hey. Hello.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Hi.
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 Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Are you all being shy? Are you too afraid? What's going on?
Oh, I was
Yeah,
letting Cornelia kind of lead the way.
it's
but,
fine.
I will take over if you
Push her for
give
forward
me
a little
enough
bit.
room to.
Yeah. Push Cornelia forward.
Shove Cornelia. Come on.
The whole group shoves Cornelia, the tiniest person in the group.
This is what you want with this.
Just go flying.
Oh. And he kind of catches you and then props you back up. Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, Ogden, I'm curious. What are your plans? Are you
My plants?
well? I'm just gonna tell you outright. Calm down, Trust. I know you don't have any patience, but I'm getting there. So we're headed out. The group here.
plants? I can
buy No. plants. Ogden, no plants. we're leaving and we want you to come with us. What do you say?
Where are you going?
We're gonna head up north to the Deadlands. And honestly, I think it'll be good for all of us. I mean, we usually come across quite a few little trinkets you might be interested in, meet a lot of people, new towns, and just between us, Rezik's been maybe interested in your daughter a little, maybe if they give time. And
Huh?
oh, no. What? I thought that would help. Is it?
Going to the Deadlands? Sounds dangerous.
Could just be a translation or something. Maybe it's very nice.
Maybe you'd be dead if you go to Deadland.
Have you been there? Do you know anything about it?
No.
What if, like, it's not people dead, it's just plants dead, like a desert?
Oh. You want me to come with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Oh. I've never been invited anywhere before.
Well, this might be a really good time, a fun adventure. Have you ever been on a ship?
No. Well, one time. Small boats. Usually, just very small boats.
Well, this is a much larger ship, and it flies.
Fly?
Yeah, like through the air.
I don't understand. Fly? Is a magic
It's a
boat?
bird. Yeah, it's a magic boat.
Well, I haven't seen magic boat then. For sure. One moment. And he goes and scribbles something on a piece of paper and slaps it down on a seat. Show me the magic boat.
Okay. I mean, do you want to grab your things, or?
No.
Do you just want to look
I'm
at
fine.
it? Or are you coming with
Let's
us, or you
go.
just want to look at it?
I'm going with you.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know where the boat is.
Is your daughter coming with us?
No, she's doing something else. I don't know. Kids these days, huh?
Oh, sorry, Isaac.
Tell me about it.
You missed out again.
It would have been nice to have a sparring partner who could keep up.
Oh. I can make you one.
You can make me a sparring partner?
Uh-huh.
How?
Poof! You're a sparring partner.
I punch him in the arm.
Oh, Ogden, you're a delight.
You're the strong.
Oh.
Okay, let's
Well,
go
I
see the
am a
boat.
sparring partner. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, come on.
Cornelia, lead the way!
Just gonna push her.
Oh, I wanted to know
Well,
what
they
the
really
note
push
said.
you around, don't they?
Can I peek by the? Can I walk by the stole and peek what the note says?
Sure. It says, "Be right back."
Is he just leaving stuff, or does he have all the things with him?
No, he is taking nothing with him.
All right, well, I'm gonna start picking up all the things and taking
Well,
it
I mean,
with
he's
us.
got big barrels of stuff and gear.
And he's just leaving
things.
all his things?
He's got tons and tons and tons, and it seems like he feels safe enough to just leave it.
Probably leaving it with his daughter.
Yeah, it seems like his
Yeah.
daughter is highly capable. Maybe she'll look after the business until he gets back.
Maybe.
All right. Should we?
Did you guys only want him for his goods and not his heart?
No.
Oh my!
I was indifferent either way. So, Cornelia?
I was totally down for this. I love Ogden. Come on, let's go.
All right. Should we leave a longer note, guys, for his daughter that says?
Oh no, I'm sure they have a little bit of a, they know each other pretty well. I'm sure,
right,
so it's
I'll
probably
keep-
fine.
Probably.
Does your daughter know that you're leaving?
Oh, that'll be fine. I leave all the time.
Yeah, you have it.
Oh.
Ooh,
There we go.
you're a wild man. Just
Oh.
do whatever you want.
We can
Throw
unpack
caution
that
to the wind. I
later.
love it.
We can unpack that one later.
Yeah.
It's fine. She's learned to be very independent. I'm very proud.
But
Oh,
That's nice.
well, you should
All right, Cornelia, show me the boat.
Come
be. Let's
on.
go.
And you guys lead Ogden to where you left that little jetty. You take the.
Very disappointed I can't check out your things, Ogden.
Well, you can see them when we get back.
He's got a point, Cornelia. He's got a point.
You don't have enough gold anyway, so.
Got her.
You're right, I don't.
And you guys take him to the boat. And he kind of looks around at the boat.
It's just a floating boat, otherwise.
Well, okay. Yes, right now, but there's a special section in the front of the ship with some levers and some other things that make it lift off and fly through the air.
Also, a magical horn, a giant magical horn that makes.
Yeah. I forgot about that. That was like actually the most important part of it. Yeah.
What was the beast's name again? What was it called again? Was it
Okikanuka.
Okikanuka? Was that what it was called? Yeah. Yes.
Okikanuka.
Okikanuka. I have a little earring from it.
Yeah, you ever heard of it?
No.
Yeah.
What is this? Let me see the horn.
And he goes
Okay.
to look at the horn and he's. At first, he kind of just starts looking.
Do you like it?
The creature was the size of a mountain. In fact, it
Salty.
actually
Very
looked a little like a
salty.
mountain.
Oh.
it is kind of salty.
But then again, this is a sea ship.
True. It's true.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
Well, I'm gonna look at the horn now.
And he just kind of, inch by inch, takes that magnifying glass, that little looking glass, and just starts
Oh, wow.
looking at it. And every once in a while, you just hear,
Ah,
What do you say?
wow. Wow.
What is it? What do you see?
What do you see?
It's a horn.
Oh. Yeah.
Are you
It
okay?
is. Yeah, it's a horn.
Can you not see?
No, I just the way you were like, "Ugh," I thought you saw
Makes sense.
something about it.
Magic horn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, your daughter can't come with us?
Huh?
You're
Nah,
sure?
she's busy. How's it fly?
We press these levers and things that are down underneath the deck.
and it just starts.
Wait. No, there's an order. Hold on.
Okay.
And I'll show him whatever that order is.
Okay, yeah. You pull all the things, and he just fascinated stands like a kid in a candy store. Even though he's got that big gray hair on the sides, and he's well past his prime. Just the fascination in his eyes. There's a glimmer to his eyes that that Ogden will never lose, especially when it comes to magic. As the boat starts to sail forward and lift up off the lake and into the sky. And Ogden just starts laughing uncontrollably as the boat starts lifting up. And you guys turn north and start heading north. And he's just... The sound of Ogden's laughs just echo throughout the forest and all over, which you can expect all of Moragana can hear this man just uproariously, screaming into the air.
We have impressed the Cyclops. Well done, everyone. Wow. Magnificent.
Not bad. So,
Yeah.
what do you think of flying through the air, Ogden? What are your thoughts?
And he can't even hear you because you guys just kind of hear like he's on the front of the boat, arms stretched wide, and you guys just hear like. And that just continues.
Yeah. I guess I don't need an answer. I think it's his joy really.
Yeah.
Yeah, let him enjoy it. This is
gonna
great.
join
I love
him.
it.
I'm gonna join him.
Okay.
Trying to
Yeah,
copy
and you
his
guys
laugh.
just hear.
Can I want to play music with them,
Oh,
like
Okay.
beautiful.
like fun party music.
Party music.
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah, let's go. Party to the Deadlands.
Yeah. Well,
That
you
was
know,
a
we've got to
bust.
enjoy it one last time, right? They kicked us out of the city. We didn't get any
Yeah.
rations or anything on the way out. We're kind of. Yeah. Anyway,
have
we can
some
talk
fun.
about it tomorrow. Yeah. Let's enjoy today.
Okay.
Got
Yeah,
stale
fantastic.
pastries.
You guys start heading north. The forest, the Mirage Forest continues. Thick, tall trees kind of form this blanketed canopy as you guys lift up out of the tree's range and into the sky. And you start heading north, and deep, deep to the north, you can kind of see this swirling mist. This land that is kind of shrouded in what looks like a misty kind of swirling blanket. And the archivist kind of walks up. Well, I do think I should maybe fill you in on what we should expect.
Yes, please.
Could be
The
good.
Deadlands. Not misnamed.
I really hope.
because anything was necessarily deadly, but Habbadash, as you know, pulls things, life, the essence of the source directly into his works. So the surrounding lands have literally died. The stones, the earth, the ground, the very place his spire is could be described as dead itself. All of the life sucked out, built upon what we called one of the ancients, an incredibly powerful being that he's used for centuries to power his experiments.
But not full of dead people, just dead lands.
Dead lands, but I'm afraid the elves, well, we have a different sort of morality than the humans.
Yeah.
We tend to use mostly prisoners and wrongdoers, but anything created by the Source Heart as fuel, if you will, towards the creation of new elves.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Not unsimilar to the pit, using their lives for your gain. Now, I personally have not seen this, but I do believe it to be true. So, I apologize. And this is one of the main reasons I think it needs to stop, even if the elves go extinct. It is necessary to stop this cycle.
What is Habbadash, anyways? Like, where did he come from?
He is a first generation, as is the queen, one of the oldest of the elves. Some believe him to be a god, or one of the ancients himself, but I don't quite know. He predates me quite a few years.
You said that the spire was built on top of a being or a creature that he was drawing power from, like one giant ancient creature?
Yes, one called the Ancient.
And is there, it sounds like maybe there's more than one of these ancients, or is there just one?
If there are more left on Aventide, I do not know of them. The Ancients were beings that predate even Ellazar himself. Primal beings of pure essence.
Do you think there's a chance that the being still lives somewhere underneath the spire? Maybe in some way, in some capacity? Like maybe we could awaken it.
There's a possibility. I think that is what the Queen hopes. By awakening the Ancient, we can use it against Daye's forces to push into Capital City. To awake Elder.
But
the source root would be the only way to awaken something of that magnitude.
we don't need to fight the Ancient, right? He's just on it, and maybe he wants him off it? Does that make sense?
Yeah, if we take the source root from drawing his power, maybe he'll regain power and reawaken or something.
Like maybe the Ancient's like, get this guy off of me!
Like a little parasite.
Well,
Maybe doing him a favor instead of...
with each wave of new elves, each generation, they are all born at the same time. There is a mass of power that is collected. Habbadash collects
assigned
thousands
families?
and thousands of souls and beings and energies, and all at once a new generation of elves is born. Now,
Would this make
my
everyone
hope
else...
is that with the upcoming 4th generation that they plan on releasing soon, there will be enough energy for us to take the source root and put that back into the Ancient.
So we're waiting on the 4th generation to drop.
Well, essentially.
Coming soon, 4th generation.
Well, I hope not. My goal is to stop the 4th generation and use the energies we were going to use to create them.
But if we stop the elves being created this way, it won't go back to being created the normal way?
Not until we repair the shattering that Ellazar has cast upon us.
Alright, yeah. Alright.
Now, I must say there are many elves, in fact a majority of the high elves, who think this is the wrong course of action, who may try and stop us. Kalaris being one of them. So just be careful.
Like, follow us out here?
I do not know.
I don't think they know we're going.
Within the elven courts, and if the Queen has given them any indication of what she has planned.
But I doubt she has. She's been very careful. What with like freezing everyone and telling us the plan and then banning us. And then we went and took Ogden, which, I mean, that's a weird move. So why would we do that if we was going somewhere to fight things, you know?
I do not know. But you are heading north.
Smart lady.
So just watch. There are, as we call them, the Wyvern Riders, who are an incredibly strong group.
The who riders?
The Wyvern Riders.
Wyvern? Oh, not Wyvern. Wyvern.
Wyvern. I don't know how you lowerlings pronounce them.
They're like
I
dragon
apologize.
things.
apologize.
Just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. That's all.
Large lizard creatures that fly through
Oh
the air.
yeah. That's the same
ridden
thing.
by
Oh,
the
please.
strongest of our high elves, who have trained for thousands of years in not only combat but magics. Some much stronger than I am, even. With the weave.
I think that the Queen did a great job, and we got out of there real fast, and we'll keep an eye behind us. Oh no, Steve had the looking glass. We should have stolen that from him.
Me.
That's too bad.
Maybe I have it.
let me know if you do.
Flashback to when Cornelia stole me.
All right, we flash back. Steve is leaving. Steve sees all of you standing next to Dresden,
Steve.
getting smaller and smaller on the horizon. He taps the side of his pouch. Cornelia, roll me a sleight of hand check.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. It ends up being a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
He taps the side of his bag and finds it's a little lighter. Something's missing.
Do you mean this looking glass?
Amazing.
Oh, no way!
And with
And
a
I
glare,
go over to Cornelia and I like
shakes his
grab her
fist at
face
you.
and I kiss her on the forehead.
Aw.
yeah. Very quickly, you guys see
Archivist.
the slug and Seafloor standing with Ogden. And Ogden seems
what
to
a
just be
trifecta.
so joyous and talking to them, sailing through the air, his wisps of like his last 10 gray hairs flailing in the wind as Slug just kind of doesn't understand the joy but kind of wants to be a part of it. And then Seafloor telling wild stories as they go in the front of the ship. They make a trio of a very interesting company.
Cute.
Hey, can we fly not directly to where we're going? You know,
Sure.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe sort of.
So you can deviate to the west a little bit.
Yeah.
A kickflip.
Do a barrel roll.
Barrel.
Do a barrel roll.
Yikes.
Is he doing
You start
it
to
yet?
head west a little bit instead of heading north, away from that. And as you do, Cornelia, even while you're showing the looking glass and playing along with it, you do see something in the distance. Little specks, maybe a half dozen of them, little dots moving along the horizon.
Toward us?
And upon
In-
looking
in the
glass,
sky?
no, moving kind of northward in the direction you were, but in the sky, yeah. And Cornelia, you take your looking glass and you can see just the outlines of these small wings kind of just far, far, far off, but heading north in the direction you guys were heading. Kelwise, you pull even further west to avoid being spotted by them, if you haven't been spotted already. Are you going to stay in the air? What are you doing?
Group powwow. So Cornelia mentioned we're being followed. I guess it's expected.
Not that.
Well, it doesn't look like they're coming towards you. It looks like they're heading north, and you guys were kind of heading west, outside.
Whoa,
They're
don't
heading
put words in my
directly into
mouth.
things. I apologize. I just wanted to
Okay.
I just wanted to make it clear.
Apologies. They're not following. There are other flying beings in the sky that aren't birds that are heading roughly the same direction that we are going. So I think we could do a couple things. We could maybe is it clear out? Cloudy? What's the sky like?
It's cloudy. Yeah, there's some
Cloudy?
clouds. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Kelwise.
Trust.
Kelwise.
Trust.
What if they're not following us, but they're going there anyways in case we show up? So would it be better to get there before them, or let them get there and join forces with Habbadash, and then we show up?
Join forces with Habbadash.
Like, what if they're going to like
To help protect.
bolster his defenses
Or warn him even.
or warn him?
Or-
So, like, if we take a detour, maybe they'll get there first, and then it'll be even harder.
Well,
It's just a thought.
So we
Wyvern
want to
Riders
prevent that, is what I'm hearing then, right? We
the
want to
royal
confront them
protectors
now,
of
maybe?
Habbadash and the Queen. So the Wyvern Riders are already at Habbadash's disposal, if that
Right.
helps.
So we don't want
More.
him to get even more.
I'm getting a tad confused. So Habbadash and the Queen have been working together this whole time? Or I thought that Habbadash was evil and the Queen didn't like Habbadash.
Well, now the Queen wants to stop
Habbadash
him
is
from
not
doing it.
evil, good. These are
Okay.
emotions that don't really exist in the elven
He's
world.
been corrupted by the sorcerer.
No, he's just
Sure,
making
yeah.
more elves.
No.
They need more elves, and he's the guy who makes elves.
Just
It's
continuing.
very cut and dry, I think.
But he started making them weird.
No, I think it's just a consequence.
Each generation, the elves become
Slayer
more
is what, sorry.
distorted, mutated. And the Queen hopes that by stopping this curse Ellazar has placed upon us, we can get back to making the elves a proud race and a strong race, like we once were. When we live a long time, eventually, the elves will be bastardized mutations of our former selves.
All right. Okay. Sorry for that detour. All right. So, do we want to, I guess, confront these guys now before they get to Habbadash then, or maybe do a
Isaac
sneak
wants to
attack?
fight dragons.
I could make some clouds around us with illusion magic, and then maybe we can do a sneak attack on them from behind or something. I don't know.
Who knows about wyverns and what they're good
Yeah.
at?
Can we, like, has any of us read about it besides Pup? Can we roll for that?
That was a
History
no.
check?
I don't know nothing.
I might have. I've read a lot of books.
Actually, Trust, roll a d20, add your history. Rezik, roll a d20, add your history. Pup,
Hey.
roll a d20 and add your wisdom. Kelwise, also roll a d20
11
and
plus
Nice.
7,
add your
so
survival.
18.
That'll be a
18.
21.
A 21.
I read it.
20 as well.
Pup,
Damn.
I
21.
need dragons.
It's an 11 for me.
11. And
Oh,
you know what,
Sky
Cornelia?
puppies!
You know what, Cornelia? Also roll a d20 and add your
Absolutely.
It's not
perception.
good. It's,
Okay.
Oh, perception?
Sorry, plug myself.
12.
12. Pup, you've never heard of a wyvern, whatever you want to call it. Trust. Oh,
Okay, I'm back.
Daye, you've heard of wyverns and wyverns. They were in lore. They were right next to the boogeyman and dragons and such like that, right? These incredibly powerful lizard creature beings, and you're like, they could have existed, they might exist, but they're in the stories. A lot of times, it's about wyverns are described as a scorned lover. There's a poem about the poison barb of a wyvern, like just poisoning their victim, and it was a poem about scorned lovers ripping each other down, poisoning each other, and that's the only mention of it you've heard, but you've heard that in a song. Pup, you lived in the Potzenshire forest for a long time, and many times you would sit on top of trees, on the tippy top of trees, and you've never heard of it. You wouldn't know what they were called, but when Cornelia gives you the looking glass and you see that you've seen these things before, very rarely, maybe once every 5 or 6 seasons, but you'd see 1 or 2 or 4 of them dotting the sky and just flying by, and you've maybe thought of them as birds, strange birds flying high in the air, but as you see them, they do look familiar to you. But you wouldn't really know much about them.
About them, just that they exist.
Yes, but they do kind of look, they look quick. They look like they maneuver well in the air. They look very agile.
Does it look like they are mostly looking down? Like if we fly above them, will they see us, or?
Hard to tell from this distance. The riders the wyverns are large creatures, and you can barely make them out right now. The riders themselves, impossible to tell from here. But there are some clouds up above you and below you. And you do know that flying ships are quite rare in this part of the world.
Just in general.
Yeah, in general.
Yeah.
So they probably don't know we have it, considering we landed before we.
Well,
Maybe.
so the advantage is we're also very far away, and though we might look like a ship to them, I mean, if they're just specks to us and they don't have a spyglass, we might just be a speck to them.
True. Yeah. Do I know, like, would I know if, like, they can see through magic or illusions or anything, or no?
You wouldn't know if they could or not. Most things can't see through illusions unless they're using some kind of magic source.
Okay.
And usually, I mean, generally speaking, unless you're going out of your way to try and use a magical source, that's not something like detect magic isn't something you just have all the time. It's something you kind of go out of your way to use. So an illusion of sorts could easily fool somebody who, especially someone not looking for it.
All right. Yeah, Raysick, make us clouds.
Sure.
Yeah, going back to it, I think maybe the idea of us just getting there first might be the best course of action. Maybe we just try to blow on through here. I mean, realistically, they're gonna have to rest, right? I mean, the ship flies forever. It doesn't need to eat or sleep.
Right.
It just goes.
Yeah.
But they presumably do, so...
Yeah. So if we become a bunch of clouds and we just keep going, we might have half a day on them or a day on them.
Hopefully.
We could try to be sneaky. We could try to have maybe Cornelia
If I may.
do some wind magic on the sails.
The elves, we don't, at least in the same manner as humans and others, we don't sleep.
No, I didn't mean you. I meant the wyverns.
Well, the wyverns
that they're on.
Incredibly tenacious beasts who can go for days, almost weeks sometimes.
I stand corrected.
It was a good idea, Telwise. It's okay. And pat him on the shoulder.
Horrible idea.
Natural beings. Also enhanced using the source root.
Do you have any suggestions, Theodore?
Yeah, what would you do?
Getting close to the tower without the amulet of unseeing eyes would be impossible, at least without Habbadash making us out. And I think the tower, from what I've seen or what I've remembered, it is sealed. We would need to find a way to open the seal, which I have been researching for quite some time. I think maybe it's best that we go in quietly. Get in the tower before they know we're there.
Yeah.
Beating them might be tough, considering how fast they move.
All right.
How far away is it from water where maybe we can park our boat and walk up quietly or something?
Well, the tower itself is a long peninsula at the end. So it would be very easy to land the boat and go on by foot.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I say we do that. And maybe then, if sneaking is our priority, we just continue heading west, northwest or so, seemingly far out of the reach of it, and we can always sail around like a normal boat.
Do you happen to know, is there a lot of coverage around this spire once we get there? Is it total forest? Will we be covered if we walk, basically?
Well, as it's called the Deadlands, most everything there has been sucked dry.
All right.
I can't say that I've ever been there. For the memories I've seen, he holds essences in pools around the tower. The essence he uses to create the generations of elves.
Right.
The primal forces of nature. He stores them there. I believe those confluences, if we will, of energy are also where we'll find the keys to open his tower and enter.
And the entry is on the bottom or on the ground?
Yes.
And there's nowhere to enter from the top. Do you know if we parachuted down, potentially?
If you parachute down, possibly. But the roost is on the top of the tower. That is where the reverends are held.
Oh. Yeah, so don't land in a nest of thems. Got it. Good thing you're with us. We would have absolutely done everything wrong.
Would have been really bad. Really bad
Well,
time.
It's one way in. Depends on how strong you are.
What's his story, Theodore? What's his deal? Because you're saying he's one of the original elves, and he creates
Habbadash.
elves now. Yeah, what's his deal? Do you know, like, where, like, did he know the queen growing up, and they were
I can't
friends,
say.
possibly, or?
I've never met.
Okay.
Habbadash is a recluse.
Makes sense.
I doubt any other than the general has met. And maybe the queen.
All right.
Do they know everybody who enters and leaves that place? One of us were to disguise ourselves as an elf, would they be able to tell?
As far as I know, none enter, and only few have ever communicated with Habbadash.
So what you're saying is this'll be a easy cakewalk. In and out.
Well, if it was easy, I would have done it myself already.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He doesn't pick up on sarcasm.
Got it.
I don't like.
Well, look,
Sarcasm.
thankfully, again, we have the amulet, we have you, Theodore, so I'm sure that we'll be able to get in there.
And just one more thing. To make matters even better than they were before. The energies you use, Rezik, Trust, Cornelia, Kelwise, and even you, Pup, the energies you use to create magic are very unpredictable.
Oh.
Near the primal sources. Very
Oh,
unpredictable.
I love when that happens. Oh, that's the best.
So, at
Darn it.
at your peril, I would say keep your magics to a minimum.
Oh.
Shoot.
But
Shoot.
that's
Okay.
how we do things.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
You
some
face
real
this before.
questions there.
Ugh.
I have a question. So I thought that my magic was different because I use mine by tugging on threads, and if I'm closer to the source, wouldn't that mean that my magic would also be stronger?
It may be stronger. It's very unpredictable. It's a sea of chaotic energies. I have no idea how any of our magics or yours or our abilities will mix.
Can we maybe store spells in the necklace amulets that we got? Like pre-store?
You can. I'm still
that.
not sure if it would
Dang.
not be affected. The area itself hums with energy. Chaotic energies flowing in all different directions.
Okay, well, you know, we've dealt with this before when we when we were in Hojo, we had to fight the Empress, and her castle had the same kind of thing going on. So let's just play it smart. We'll be stealthy. Let's bring some weapons that aren't magical, right? And just try to do our best to avoid using magic at all costs, unless you have to, right? That's all I can really do, I think. That
And I'm
sucks,
sure
though,
when you're
but-
within the tower, you're protected from it, but outside at least, the short memories I've gotten from beings in the confluence, wild and terrible magics, some fantastical, some incredibly dangerous, or even fatal.
Oh, but inside we might be okay. Inside the tower, though.
I would assume so. If that kind of
Oh, good,
energy
okay.
were to disrupt his work, I don't think Habbadash could even
Okay.
function.
Well, that's kind of good news. All right.
You know what the tower is made of? What material?
I don't.
Hmm.
The tower precedes
Good
me.
question.
It was built long before me.
How would this magic issue affect weapons which have magical properties but which shoot specifically non-magical items?
So you kind of
And it's okay if
magic
you
weapons and magic armor, and he just kind of.
Nobody knows.
I don't know. I don't understand any of the effects there. I have very little in the way of Habbadash. It is one of our closely guarded secrets.
Understood. Rezik, I have a spare sword. Do you want a sword?
I'll probably just stick. I actually have a light crossbow I can probably use. I never really have to use it, but this is the occasion. So
It's so weird to see you
Thank you,
holding a crossbow.
I know. I don't like holding weapons, but it's, you know. What are you gonna do?
I can't really do other things that's not magic.
You can't. You can't use like a sling or a crossbow or a.
I mean, I can, but I'm not
sword.
very good at it. At all. But I mean,
Okay, well,
I guess I've got
we have an
to...
amazing archer. We have an amazing archer here. Maybe they can teach you how to use a light crossbow or something.
Okay.
Teach you how to punch really hard.
Oh, that's fun
okay.
too.
Use a stick.
Okay. Yeah, I've got, I do have a crossbow, so...
I also watched Dresden quite a lot. He used a sword, right?
He's a
few
big
times.
axe.
Oh,
He's a
that's
sort
right.
of a few times. Yeah.
Both. Like other than the giant axe, didn't he use a sword?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet I could figure
Little
out how to do that and teach you that too.
Okay, okay.
It's not that hard. Really, you just keep the
Yeah,
pointy end, it's pointed toward your
just
enemy and swing.
Stick him with a pointy end.
Yeah.
Trust and I are a little bit. We're just a tad squishy, so ranged is usually better for us. But maybe, yeah, that could be a
Well,
good thing to learn.
maybe if she's going to be having a sword, maybe we should get a shield. Does anyone have a shield? Do we have a shield?
Well, I've got a crossbow, so I can get not real close.
Okay, good.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Let's
Bless you.
Bless you.
pup sneeze
Bless
off
you.
the boat.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Theodore, to hop on this, but you know, we didn't. There is so much information that I am trying to process about
Of
everything,
course.
and so what we know is that Habbadash was Ellazar's friend, I guess, and he gave
don't know.
Habbadash the source root to hold on to. Oh, that's what the queen said. I don't know either, but
Did she?
all right. She mentioned it. She also kind of skipped over the part where she has like 2 pieces of Ellazar in her for some reason. Do you know why that is either, or is that not known really by everyone?
Well, we thought it best to keep them under watch.
Underwatch.
The elves are not a very trusting bunch.
Hmm.
And what
I
better
don't
way
think
to
it
keep
makes
them
sense.
under wraps than to keep them inside you?
That's
Her
true.
story is that she just grabbed both of them and just shoved them inside of her body, and now they live there, and she's kind of like, I got them. They're in prison. I got them, kind of thing, right? Like that's the plan.
It is how it always has been.
Okay.
Again, this predates me
A lot of that.
by 1,000 years. As far as I
Oh,
know.
I only ask because you've seen like a lot of different minds and memories and stuff. You know, you never know.
I have never seen anything. The confluence, a consequence of the shattering. So as the shattering happened, the confluence started collecting minds, but nothing that
wow.
predates. The confluence only shows me what was put into it.
Is the confluence like sentient?
Well, if sentience is just a collection of memories, then I suppose you could say it is. But But the confluence has no will of its own. At least none that I've discerned.
And how did it come about again? Somebody made it?
I don't know. I think so. I think when the shattering happened, the confluence was a byproduct. I've used it as a great tool for gathering information, but it itself still a mystery.
Right. Okay. Well, good plan, gang. We'll just try to sneakily get over there for now and, do our best.
Yeah. And hopefully do our best to keep an eye on those specs, because I really don't want to get into some sort of aerial battle fracas with them. It seems like it would be real bad for us.
No, thank you.
No thanks.
I'll make sure to cover us in a lot of illusionary clouds for now. Try to help us out.
Yeah, and Rezek, you craft an illusion of a nimbus cloud around you, and the cloud seems to just be flowing through the air, very inconspicuously. And you guys continue flying for what feels like days. The sun rises and sets, and that high in the air, it's hard to tell, even though the landscape changes, but you fly for days in a northwesternly direction, and it feels like at first just fields and fields of forest. Small ponds and rivers flowing here and there, but just fields of thick, overgrown forest. Until finally you break out on the beginning of the third day, and you see this huge coastline start to appear on the horizon. Bobby.
Sorry to interrupt, but before we time skip, I would definitely want to talk to the group away from Theodor's ears for just a second.
Okay.
Does it feel like we're missing a few parts of this story?
What part?
I'm just worried because this is really now involving Pup a lot, and their origins and their family. And I feel like the Queen kind of left out a few very significant pieces to that story. For instance, we know that Windsor the Wise told us Fifi was Pup's mom, but now we know that Elda is maybe Pup's mom, or maybe not.
Well,
And the Seraphim might have killed her or not, and we're not totally sure. And Ellazar is kind of responsible for all of this, but also he's a good guy that just was in a bad situation. There's a lot going on that I'm like, maybe we need to just kind of watch our backs a little bit from either side of the elves.
Well, I mean, I think it's unfair to assume that the Queen would have known about Pup. I mean, she didn't seem
They've been
like
watching
she was
Pup this entire time.
Yeah, she knew about me because the aspects knew about.
I don't know. She didn't seem sketchy to me, but whatever you say.
Really? Three. I mean, she's got two aspects inside of her. Didn't really talk about that. Been watching Pup this whole time. Just kind of glanced over that as well. And I just feel like this whole thing about the way things went down with the Seraphim and her saying that they are not evil, but Pup is kind of like the byproduct of like kind of messed up Seraphim stuff that they don't really want to be part of or whatever. It's just a lot of like, I feel like it's a lot of like, they're trying to get us to do things and not really telling us the total truth about what happened.
That's elves.
That's politicians, and she's both,
For sure.
right? Yeah, and I think her main focus is probably the perpetuation of the elf race, more so than anything. I mean, so I think that's what she's going to try to do, and she'll probably try to enlist whomever is capable, ourselves included, to make that happen.
By the way, I got lost there. He said that they were kind of doing the same thing as the humans with the pits, but here with the ancients.
Yeah, I did not understand that one.
Yeah, I kind of didn't.
What he was
understand
saying
that
was
part.
that they were basically taking prisoners and sucking their life energy into these things, in the same way that you send someone to the pit and you suck out their life energy to mine core.
Whoa,
not
who
the
said
same
that?
method, but the same
Who's talking?
philosophical. Yeah, that's what he was kind of referring to.
Got it.
So yeah, I mean, it's just there's a lot of things now that we're learning that are. I mean, obviously, we are going to go through with this. We have to save the world. I'm just saying we need to kind of watch our backs from both sides now, because we just learned that they basically had their own version of the pit. And also, yes, Pup, please. This involves a lot of what's going on with your stuff, so please.
Well, you said save the whole world, and I'm just curious, are we sure that that's what we're doing? Because the whole, like, save the world thing that we got was from the guy who's now being the bad
True.
guy.
That's true.
Oh,
And they said,
are we just everyone's pawn in this giant game? Are we just really stupid? Because I'm used to being really stupid, but I don't think you guys are being used to being this stupid.
Well, here's the thing.
Are being stupid.
Yes, Trust, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just agree. And it's confusing, and maybe we just go home.
Well, that unfortunately won't be
sounds
an
really
option.
nice, actually.
It does sound nice, though. But from what I've gathered from my notes of everyone we've talked to, all the different pieces of Ellazar we've talked to, most of the good ones, the Guardian, the Crystalline Man, they also agree that we need to put him back together and basically jumpstart the world again. So that part we get is probably good. And also it would allow Pup to meet the father, potentially. Now, the only part of that is, after we do that, a lot of shit's gonna go down. We're gonna basically be allowing the world to go, I guess, apparently now it's been on pause, allow time to now go forward. Maybe the Seraphim could now come into this world. Also, Elda, apparently, whose Pup's mom will wake up potentially as well. So there's a lot that will happen all at once we do it. So it is a lot. But I don't know.
I mean, I didn't really have a good life or care for the world before this, so I'm down to see what happens if we do it.
Yeah. Gone this far, right?
yeah,
Don't know about the rest of yous.
I honestly, feel like the world, we met the few years that the world was supposed to break apart, right? And I think breaking apart was just like letting Daye come out, maybe, like now that he can leave that whole realm. But now I guess we just have to put it back together, with or without Ellazar. I don't know how we decide that part. That's what's crazy.
Well, it seems to me, I mean, it seems like we need to get them all back together, because all the good ones say they need to all go back together in order to make him wake up correctly. Only Daye was the one who was like, you need to pick. You need to decide who is good and who's bad. He's the one who was saying that kind of thing, and he's obviously the bad guy here.
But even if you're good,
don't
you
trust
can
that.
still like be desperate to live. It doesn't mean that they should still be brought back.
Right.
True, but at the same time, we all have good and bad inside of us, right? So we can't really decide, like, really what, I don't know.
I only have bad inside of me.
And I was good.
Yeah, you're a real bad, Well,
Yeah,
Pup,
yeah.
okay, I guess the only thing that I want to ask Pup, though, once this all goes down, once we, like, start the world back up, what do you want us to do at that point? Because your father's going to wake up. I guess you want to meet him, and then we can decide, like, what
Maybe
to do about him, because he caused all of this chaos. And I don't know, it's like he did a lot. He did a bad thing for a good reason, I suppose, but it really messed a lot up for the whole world. So what's your take on all of this?
I mean, I've never really known him. And it's hard to think that, what if all of this is my fault?
Why would it be your fault?
Because what if all of this happened because he was in love with an elf, and then I came along because I am, like, the creation of their love? Right?
No, that makes no.
So then this whole thing would be because of me. So then I would be the one who would need to be held responsible too, with it.
Well, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. Yeah, I don't think you have any bearing on what it is that he did necessarily. I mean, his motivations were his own.
And also, like, first of all, the queen didn't know if you were their child. She never said they had a child. And if she's been watching you this whole time, that
said I looked like her sister and acted like Ellazar. So
yeah, but why wouldn't she just tell us if she knew?
I think that was her telling.
Well, that's also the weird part, because they said that you look like her sister and Ellazar, but not this part, not the ears, which could have came from Fifi, who we've seen before, looks very similar to you.
They were a throuple.
They could have been a throuple, and they could have been trying to make a bridge between worlds and be like, you're the great equalizer. They're like, oh, we had a seraphim / human baby. You know, so I get that, but...
Wait, is that why it was so easy for me to learn Elvish?
Maybe?
I'm very not good at learning many things.
You're pretty good with languages, though.
Yeah.
I am pretty good with languages.
I'm just saying, I think that part of the story, though, specifically, like, makes me a little bit like, maybe the queen was mad at her sister for being in a throuple with a seraphim and a human god, or whatever, a king, and she tried to kill Elder.
Sorry. Yeah.
She tried to kill her own sister, and now she's trying to fix it because she feels bad.
Right.
And Ellazar punished the elves because it was her. Look, we can guess all day long, and we're not going to know. So we'll just
you're right.
be aware and go do the thing. And if we need to call an audible in the middle of something, we'll do it.
Yeah,
No, you're
I'll
right.
keep
You're right.
thinking about it too.
Yeah.
Just let us know. This is a lot. So please let us know how you're feeling, because I know this is like...
I'm very overwhelmed.
Me
Yes,
too.
I'm sure.
My head hurts. I need a nap.
My whole body hurts, and I constantly feel like I have to poop. Because my stomach is just... all the time now.
Oh, gosh.
Have you been eating anything except for the pastries and honey?
Just my normal diet. Nothing's changed.
Maybe we introduce
I've been
some
eating less.
fiber.
I've been way too stressed out to eat.
Okay, let's make sure that you eat properly, because we're going to need you to be at tip-top shape. So let's get some fiber in your diet.
Honey!
Some, vegetables.
Here's my last jar of normal honey.
Oh. We'll get some more. We'll get some more.
Honey, which is good, but this is my last jar of normal honey.
Oh no, okay. Well, we'll definitely get some more honey as soon as possible. I'm sorry, that's... Oh, I'm sad.
Do we not have bees anymore? Did we get rid of them?
They're making hot honey.
Oh. Can we get a few of them to make normal honey? They've got to have reproduced by now.
You'd think, yeah. I was wondering that too. What's
You assume so, yeah.
The bees are thriving on the boat. They're doing well.
How many bees?
And not all of the honey they're making is hot honey. Actually, there's some regular honey. There's some honeycomb, and that prison room is now just covered by just beehives and this.
Oh, beautiful! Nice.
That whole room is just a bee room. There's a good
bees.
3 or 4 dozen more of them now.
Bees.
There's a lot of bees. But the bees seem to be very respectful. None of them fly into your face or bug you. They just kind of
bug you.
they just kind of exist,
Nice.
coexist peacefully. You guys fly down around the coast, and you land along the coast. The coast this coast very dry. Not a lot in the way of plants or even wildlife. Not a lot of fish, you'll notice, Kelwise. Even the ocean itself seems to be not completely empty, but sparse, barren. And you notice some what look like coral reefs that have just kind of almost calcified along the coast, something you've never really seen before. And you see along the shore what look like it used to be trees, also kind of calcified, as if some of the whatever made it was just sucked dry.
Scary stuff.
And then Theodore kind of walks up. Well, a short march to the east, and we'll be in Habbadash's territory. We should probably talk about this amulet.
Yeah. Ooh. Forgot we need to pick someone.
Yeah, no, I will do it because I will be basically useless. I can't use magic.
Wait, I'll be useless too!
Yeah, but
Rezik.
you know,
It's not a battle, guys.
And Eva kind of walks up. Rezik, it might be possible for me to use it and see through your
that's
eyes.
smart. Never mind.
Oh, I
It
don't
would be a
think
way
you're
I
coming
could
with
be
us,
useful.
Eva. I mean, that's
Not coming with you. Why wouldn't I come with you?
Yeah. Well,
Aren't I
we're
a part of the
facing a
team?
guy that the elves are scared of, so
Well, I don't think
no, you're
that's
part
up
of the
to you,
team. You're part of the
Rezik.
team.
Yeah, Rezik,
oh
it's
boy.
not up to you. Look at her. She's almost an adult. What are you doing? What are you doing
Okay.
trying to control her?
Okay, all right.
I wink
okay.
at Eva.
I'm trying to protect her.
Yeah.
Listen, no, she's right. Okay, we were in a tight spot during that whole mirror thing that happened to us. And Eva, I think you saved Cornelia or Trust. You saved Trust. So you are part of this team. And you're very heroic, and I believe in you. And please don't die, though. Please. I mean, I don't want anything bad to happen to you. So please be careful out there. Please. Please.
Of course. Rezik,
Okay.
and you can't die either.
Okay, yeah. I won't die. I'm fine. I'm not worried at all.
Yeah, I think we're all going to try to not die.
Rezik, be more convincing.
I'm not worried at all.
All right.
We got Puff and we're fine.
She
This
grabs
is
the
good. We're
amulet
fine.
and puts it on, and immediately you see her eyes kind of just wash over
Oh, wait,
she
she's wearing
starts-
it. Oh.
as she starts looking to all of you and opening up the amulet to include all of you in it to shield you from Habbadash's influence.
Oof.
And she, Theodore kind of offers his arm to guide her.
Oh.
All right. Don't
I
let me
thought
die,
Rezik
Rezik.
was going to wear it and she was going to be your eyes. I totally misunderstood. My bad.
It's all right, Trust. Okay. Let's head out.
Seafloor and
Nice.
Slug and
You
Ogden,
hear it-
maybe you
you
guys
hear it.
stay here?
You hear a voice from the deck.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the boat. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Yeah, we'll be back by like dinner time, right?
Sure.
Yes, we'll be back by a dinner time.
Yeah,
Dinner
Hey,
time.
dinner time.
that's true.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Yep.
Ogdina be like kind of mad. I've done this before. Not my fault.
We did ask.
We asked, right?
We asked
Yeah,
several times.
Several
Several
times.
times.
Yeah.
But you said
We-
magic boat, and so like I can't even hear anything else.
To be fair, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's okay. I left her a note. She understands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Great.
And he looks very unsure, even himself, whether he's going to get yelled at when he gets home.
He will.
Yeah. And Seafloor kind of looks at you guys. Well, someone's going to need to keep captain of this boat, right? So
Ooh, I forgot about you.
Who else but me?
Slug, actually.
Do we still have Air Karate?
Eric Karate is on the
Air
ship. yeah.
karate.
Oh.
Air Karate, you're in charge.
And you just hear
Get these
she
guys
gives
out
you
of,
this, she
out
gives
of
you this
trouble.
look of like,
Just come and touch
Why?
me to talk.
why?
Because I don't. You're the only one that I trust. I don't know what to tell you.
I really wish you could come with us. I wish you were on our adventures instead.
Yeah, do you want to come?
And she just kind of nods like, I'll take care of them. As
Thank
Taika kind of
you.
swings around.
Bye.
Are you taking Thunderwave, the dog? Right.
I'll leave him on the ship. Leave him on the ship.
Okay. I mean, nothing bad would happen to him. I promise you.
Sure, yeah. He's a seafaring, airfaring pup. He's used to the ship.
Oh, I imagine
Yep.
him
Hey.
like, paws up on the side and like the
Oh.
wind
Aw.
blowing.
He's got a little scarf and a little captain's
Tail
hat.
going behind.
Tons of drool.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, by the way, Seafloor, could
dog.
one of us could we like borrow that little seraphim you have with you, by the way, the one that makes you like completely incapable of dying? That'd be cool to like have
that would
one
be
of us have that, maybe.
Yeah, if you could take it from me.
Okay, but
You're
That's not gonna happen.
right?
Oh,
Who has
can I? Is it sucking a seraphim like sucking a
I mean,
soul?
like, you can try and take it from me. But it doesn't.
No.
It won't go. Sorry.
oh, maybe Pop, maybe just ask super nicely. You like seraphim and they like you, so maybe
I'll
it'll
go up to
work.
the floor and I'll grab his head and I'll attach my forehead to his forehead and I'll think really hard.
And you can feel that there's a seraphim in there, but it's like intermixed in like every piece of his being, in his bones, in his heart, in his brain. That seraphim is Seafloor,
Ah.
I'll let go.
and vice versa.
Turn around and I'm gonna go.
You're gonna have to
Yeah, well,
suck his soul, Trust.
We tried. Oh,
No, it's
Yeah, I mean-
okay. I've got my little Fifi. It's okay.
yeah, it's true. All right, well, give it a try.
I guess we should be off.
Yeah, let's move along. We're all invisible.
And yeah, and Puppy, you get the distinct sense that you can sense just this little, and you guys had seen it once before, this little black hooded creature with a long blade on the end of a stick. Seafloor kind of looks strangely like this thing as it looks like Seafloor, as they kind of merge into each other.
What?
It's like a
Yo,
little.
what?
It's like a little Grim Reaper.
Yeah,
baby
the
Grim Reaper
seraphim,
thing.
Okay, the
the
seraphim.
seraphim itself.
But we
Um,
don't see the seraphim.
we-
We just see Seafloor, right?
Yeah, you guys just see Seafloor.
And there's nothing we can do
It's
about
more
it.
of a feeling you get. Yeah. And these seraphim, it seems like when they merge with a host, they become something different. As does the host, but then they become kind of one and the same. Kelwise, you and Cornelia have experienced this and Trust to a degree too. That these like Quinquano is like in Kelwise's bones, as the whale is literally down Cornelia's throat.
Mark.
Yeah.
And yeah, Trust
so
Trust
it-
talked what's his face into giving the seraphim to them, so that was pretty cool. That one's dope.
Yeah, and it
Do
looks
we-
like Trust, your seraphim didn't really, it was never merged with oh, I'm blanking right now, the octopus guy. God, what was his name?
Dick Waylander.
Dick
Waylander.
Waylander.
Captain
How
Dick.
can I forget his name? Dick Waylander and him would never, they didn't really merge. It was just like he had the
Yeah,
seraphim on his shoulder and just
There.
he grabbed its tail and yanked on it and black flame came out.
Cool.
Does Theodore know or anybody know? Is it typical that a seraphim will go with the host, be with a human in the past? or just in this Aventide as it is now?
Well, the Seraphim were locked out, with the exception of about 10. The Seraphim were locked out of Aventide during the shattering. So, from what I can tell, it seems like they normally merge with the host, if allowed to. It's what happened with you, correct?
Yeah, I
I
just
mean-
wasn't sure if it was so that they could survive in this world or if it was
Possibly.
a normal thing.
I mean, the Seraphim couldn't leave Ellazar's confines until they merged with one of you. Quinquano literally stuck where he was in Luthen's realm until you pulled it out.
yeah,
so
but
maybe-
before all that,
By merging with you, it is the key to escape. Before all that, unfortunately, there are no memories in the confluence.
thanks.
I'm sorry I couldn't be more helpful.
You're very helpful, actually.
Why, thank you.
You're always very helpful, Theodore. Thank you.
If you could know more stuff, I'd be happier.
You could just do this actually all for us. That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Can you actually just go do this on your own? We'll wait.
Yes.
Be on the ship.
Eva and I will be right back.
Take plug, take care of karate, or on the boat.
The
We'll call it
B team.
B-Team. Yeah.
No, we're the B
Teamster.
team. Just B.
Nice.
That B.
How fun would that be if you guys
I
all
want
had
to play that.
You guys
I wanna
all
play that.
That's gonna happen. There's gonna be a
Yeah,
B team
100%.
one shot. So choose wisely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
But we
Tiger.
leave them alone a lot on that boat, so I'm sure there's probably a lot of stories they have for us.
Probably stories.
I know, right?
Things you guys don't even know about. Like there was a whole
Yeah.
siege of the boat while you were away.
Oh my
and they
god,
just
I'm
decided
sure
not
they
to
get
tell
up
you.
to so much
I hope
hijinks.
so.
They're
Yeah.
like so
Oh,
rich too. They just have thousands of gold. They're like
They're just hiding it from us.
Yeah, we'll be the B team. With their holy, each of them has a holy avenger and like plus 10 full plate.
Nice.
Yeah, so you guys land. Theodora has let you know that it's about a half day's walk before you kind of reach the edge of Habbadash. Habbadash's realm. You guys, anything you guys want to do?
I want to check our tarp. Is it similar color to the ground here in case we need it for camouflage?
That tarp was like a sandy beach color.
Sand colored.
Yeah, it is. Although the
Okay,
sand
cool.
here is just, it's not as bright. The tarp is maybe a little bit brighter. That sand usually has like this lush yellow taupe color, and the sand itself here is almost white, whitish, as if it's just a little bit more pale than normal sand. It's like the colors of the sand have been sucked dry.
If the land hadn't been sucked dry, would it have been a forest?
Roll me a survival check.
No question.
Okay.
Could I help since I lived in the forest?
This is more like looking at, like, this is like more a deduction. I think it's less about the forest itself.
Well, it's sort of
Sure.
about the forest because
roll
I
with
get
advantage.
I get a
Roll
bunch
with
of
advantage.
benefits
Yeah.
in the forest.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
It is not a forest now, for
Okay.
sure.
But we are on
Yeah.
a coast?
We are on a
we
coast.
are on a coast for now. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fire is on the peninsula, right? On the tip.
it was a 16.
A 16.
Oh boy.
Really hard to tell. This
Ah.
place has been dead, quote unquote dead, for 1,000 years. There really isn't any traces. Wind has just kind of kicked up and covered this place, and all kinds of stuff. Even the crystallized things seem to be worn down by wind and things by time. most everything here, even the stuff that's petrified, just looks old and worn.
When we step on the ground, are we normal colors?
Ooh, good question.
In fact, you guys stand out pretty starkly from the environment. Since the environment itself looks so bleak, you guys look almost more alive in contrast.
Is it like powdery dust or something where we can use it for camouflage?
we
like
coat
put it on
ourselves.
our bodies?
The sand?
the ground just
Sure,
start
yeah.
rolling.
I
Or
mean,
mix it with water?
if you covered yourself in the sand, in the dirt and stuff from the environment, it would definitely make you look.
All right. I'm just
rolling
rolling
around
up.
in it.
Yeah.
Rolling around in it.
Yeah, we're definitely covering ourselves with water to make it plaster mud to really get it to stick, if that's better.
Okay, yeah.
I
You guys
watched
all
Rambo.
kind of Rambo yourselves up. Exactly. And you guys put on a camouflage. Roll me a. Everyone roll
Don't
me a
say
d20.
Constitution.
Everyone roll me a d20. Just a straight d20.
The sand is cancer. You won't die.
Are we allergic to the sand?
The sand is actually
18.
asbestos.
Oh no.
18.
15.
Trust, you look great. A 6, a 1.
I am orange, so I probably look great in sand.
Wow, sand looks great on you, Tress.
Thank you.
What'd you get?
Just
Joyce?
straight D20.
Straight d20.
10.
10 and Pup.
15.
15. So Pup, you were born in the mud. It takes to you perfectly.
Born in the mud, I'm gonna die in the
on
mud.
the other hand, Rezik had these flowing robes and almost like very loose fitting clothes, and now kind of like when a cat gets really wet, this sand and stuff has like sucked itself onto his clothes, and he almost just looks like a wet dog that just got like splashed with a bucket of mud. Cornelia, you as well. It's hard because your hair is pink, and no matter how much dirt you put on your hair, pink kind of shows through, a color that's not as natural out in these parts. And Cowwise, you do a decent job. It looks okay on you. You kind of just make sure you get the parts that need to be covered, and the rest was fine. But it's hard for you guys not to look around at Rezik, as he just looks like...
How embarrassing.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't love this. I don't love this feeling. This like
I don't
sand
think
and,
it
like,
loves
wetness
you.
And it's not. Yeah, it's not a good look.
It's a little rough,
sorry.
buddy. This is a little rough.
Yeah.
for you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right.
All right. Well, you guys start to make your way, making sure to stay close-ish to Eva, who has the amulet of unseeing eyes. As you remember, you don't need to stay like directly next to her or anything, but you can't go more than maybe 1,000 feet or so away from her without the effects of the amulet really starting to crumple and fail. And you guys walk for what seems like 4 or 5 hours before you kind of come to that misty... it doesn't look like a wall or anything. It's just kind of mist is slowly coming out and then evaporating. And Theodore kind of looks to all of you. Are you ready?
That's
As
where
well
I'm
to be.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Be careful. Let's go. And he heads in to the mist with Eva on his arm. And that is where we're going to take a break for the first half of our game. We're going to take a really quick break, and we'll be back in like 10 minutes to see what's in the mist.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
man. Let's see what's
don't
in
go
this.
away.
Your mom
We'll be
is
right back to find my mom in the mist.
That's pirates.
That's
Does it turn
another
us
one
inside
shot
out?
right there. There's another one shot. My mom in the mist. All right. We'll be right back.
Also, they called them fanny packs, but you wore them on your front. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Actually, in Europe, they call the lady bits your fannies, so it's not wrong.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh.
Some people do
Yeah.
call them a bum bag, though. Fanny packs are also referred to as bum bags.
Mmm.
Anyways, the more you know.
Yeah, everyone wanted to be mean to James because he was making fun of me.
I was making fun
Boo
of
this
I was
man.
making fun of- All I
Oh,
said was fanny packs will never make you look cool.
that's not true, James. Fanny packs will never make you look cool.
They
But
won't.
fanny packs make plenty of people look cool. You're just not one of them.
Some weird deja vu we're having right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like that high school mentality of like, oh, fanny packs are so lame looking, but it's like,
Dude, it was
we're
like the
all
kids
like
who had the
out of
rolly
high school
backpacks.
and adults. And
Do you remember
I don't
them?
know if those will ever be cool, but yeah.
Kids
Rolly
who had the
backpacks are not
rolly
cool.
backpacks.
We should have all had rolly
Everyone-
backpacks. We all are so hunched over now. Like,
rolly backpacks,
You
rolly
should.
shoes.
They were a great idea.
both of those.
Just no one had them, and then the two kids at my school who did, like everyone like terrorized them for having.
yeah, the
a rolly
only kids that
backpack.
had
Yeah.
them were like the really like not cool kids.
If you are different in any way, people will just terrorize you in school. It's
Yeah.
horrible. But now that we're adults, we're like, I can just wear a fanny pack. I can be comfortable and I have extra pockets. It's amazing.
It never
I
ends.
can wear
That's the
Yeah.
secret. It
cargo
never ends.
pants.
You just care
Cargo
less.
pants still not cool.
now,
Cargo pants. No. I will agree with that. Cargo pants.
Well,
I
no.
wear past being high school and terrorize people
I
for
think
liking cargo pants.
Gwen
There's a line.
Stefani would beg to differ.
I'm buying them.
They're fine on women. But like,
Yeah,
honestly,
it's true.
I think
On women, it's okay.
Cornelia does have cargo pants. She can fit a lot of stuff in those pockets.
And just have things everywhere down my mouth.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
You are literally a bag of holding. Like, so I don't know, man.
I will say, cargo pants, a-okay. Cargo shorts,
Mm.
Okay, well, there's an entire
What
industry.
What about the pants that can turn into shorts? Those are even cooler. Just zip it off.
Yeah, also
depends
not
if you
cool.
are able to pull it off ironically.
That's what I'm saying with fanny packs. Fanny packs are
Hey,
only
James,
ironically.
your opinion doesn't matter here. Let's get on with the
only
story.
ironic.
Well, you guys know, whatever. Into the mist.
You guys
Into
walk.
the mist, but
Your
not in the
mom.
mist, and home before dinner.
You guys walk
for Ogden.
past my mother, who is in the mist. You find her.
Mother,
You know that
in
she's
the
there.
mist.
You continue going. The ground starts to become rocky, almost like a porous, almost igneous kind of rock. As you walk through, and the mist starts to dissipate
Oh wow,
a bit.
that's good.
And you guys come just onto the precipice of the outside of this fog cloud. You see in front of you this massive circular area, a couple miles across, and in the middle, this huge winding spire that almost looks like it was built from bits and pieces of maybe a tree, a rock, all kinds of different just pieces of land, just kind of chunked together. All kinds of things. It almost looks like pieces of cloud that have been just solidified, chunked on. This tower is just this strange, amorphous blob. Very, very,
It's an
very
everything tower.
tall. It's maybe 300-400 feet, standing straight up into the air. And at the base of it is this huge platform with a massive bridge. It looks like a wooden bridge that leads right up into the base of it, underneath which just looks like this emptiness, this large, dark emptiness. And around that, you see the circular area around the tower is broken into 4 very distinctive areas, all of which have their own glowing energies kind of emitting from them. Almost like 4 pieces of a pie. You see one area covered in molten lava and fire and rock, one area covered in what looks like smooth stone, cool rushing waters that seem to be flowing down, and then almost in reverse, waterfalls flowing up and back around. You see one area that looks stony, but you can see little bits of dust and sand swirling around, these torrents of wind moving back and forth. And in one area, these huge, what look like boulders that look like made of flesh, moving and stomping around all over this rocky plain area. And you guys are closest to what looks like that water area, swirling back and forth and back and forth. And above each of these pieces of the pie, there are these glowing orbs just humming with power. And the archivist had told you that these were where they stored all the energies that they took to reanimate the next generation of elves, and you can just feel it. These things crackling in the air, kind of butting up against each other, taking energy and giving energy from each other. And Rezik, you can immediately feel that the kind of magical torrents and the danger that it's like you're in a gas cloud, and to cast a spell would be like lighting a match at any given second within this place. Now, magic being very, very unstable and unpredictable, no telling what would happen. But definitely a gamble. And as you guys are kind of looking in these areas, you see...
Wait, question. Does it feel similar to the chaos magic of Steve's whip?
Cornelia's whip.
I'm sorry, Cornelia's whip? Forgive me.
It feels like maybe that whip was made right here. This is ground zero.
Oh, wow.
So really good stuff.
Wild.
Really bad stuff.
Magic.
Looks like Trust is using magic, because that sounds like chaos.
I'm going to stand behind Trust at all times.
Yeah.
And Theodore kind of looks around and closes his eyes and starts to feel just the energy in the area. It seems the tower cannot be entered without combining all four of the primal elements.
I've got fire.
Well, it looks like... And he points down into the water, and you see, maybe for the first time, and it was hard to see in the water, but this large, almost pendant shaped, this water droplet pendant on a chain around the neck of what looks like a water sprite, kind of dancing in the waves and then falling into the water and moving very quickly around, sometimes large, sometimes small, but this pendant, and it has kind of that energy swirling through it. And he points off into the distance, and you see this huge mound of rocks walking, sometimes in the shape of a four-legged beast, sometimes upright with two legs. And again, it's got this pendant on its chest, around its neck. And you start to see each area has what looks like a keeper, a guardian of sorts, guarding what looks like a pendant on a chain. Now, these areas are large and vast, and they have rolling hills on some, pits of lava and stuff on the others. Plenty of places to stay out of sight, as he also points up in the air, and for the first time you notice, swirling around, you see on top of that tower, the roost, where those wyvern kind of sit, and some flying around overhead. Just looking at the area. Possible to tell how many there are, and some of them that are flying overhead, in fact most of them don't have a rider at all. They just kind of fly around, ever vigilant. And Theodore kind of looks, well, if we are going to collect these keys into the tower, we're going to have to make sure we do it quickly and in between patrols.
But we have to get them off those things.
Yes, that is.
I'm guessing we don't just ask politely.
Well, we can try. I doubt the primal energies of the earth will comply with a nice word, but then again, I've seen stranger things. You, for instance.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
All right. Well, I'm assuming that means we need to maybe break up into groups to get this done quicker, or...
No, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Oh.
No. Yeah, we definitely shouldn't split up.
Splitting
right.
up is not big good.
The water one's right there, right? Maybe if Kelwise asks, it'll feel your little guy, and he'll be like, "Oh, kindred spirit."
Yeah, it certainly couldn't hurt to try.
You're the water guy.
Yeah, I would say maybe let's start with that. Worst case scenario is I don't
We
know. I
fight
guess we
the
have to-
water slug.
Yeah, I think that would be the worst case scenario. Yeah, I think that would be bad.
How are you gonna talk to him? Through your water?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is maybe just put my hand in the water and see if I can't figure it out.
We're
Sounds good.
here for backup if...
Yeah. Stay behind me,
Yeah,
maybe. Just in case. And keep an eye out.
okay. You see overhead, like there's this big brook where water is just kind of streaming, almost like a rapid all around. Not quite as deep as a rapid, but water just kind of flowing, not really paying any heed to gravity's pull in this huge area, which is a giant chunk of this pie-like circular disc. You do notice that there are wyvern flying every 5-10 minutes or so that kind of just fly overhead and make passes around and then land again. So you have about a 5 to 10 minute window each time to kind of interact in these places before you either need to take cover somehow or be prepared for the wyvern to engage with you.
Well, I'll make this first trip quick. Regardless of what happens. I'm just going to go feel it out, and I'll come back and I'll report, and then we can decide. Great. I'd like to head on over to the water area. I would like to dunk a hand in while leaving the remaining amount of my body out on dry land, hopefully.
Okay.
And I want to see if I can feel the slipstream, or just see if I can gauge maybe what's happening, or see if Quinquano does a thing, but without actively engaging the magic.
So you wait for the wyvern to kind of swoop by and land back on the roost, and you run out quickly, put your hand in the water, and the first thing you notice is this is not even close to the waters you've been connected to. The slipstream is nowhere to be seen, and this chaotic water is just energized beyond reason. It's like the very water itself comes to life, and you see that pendant kind of far off, shifting, moving back and forth as it forms up into an elemental, almost with arms and a big head, that necklace hanging from its hand, and you sense a very predatorial, primal, kind of bestial energy as it looks at you as prey and starts to move in.
How far away is it?
It's maybe 100 feet away from you.
I want to wait until it gets 50 feet. And then I'm going to pull my hand out of the water and back up.
Okay, so it starts moving in towards you. And you see inside its body, the very water that makes up its body is churning like a rapid itself and starts to spin angrily. And the water, it's just kind of goes, it gets about within 50 feet as you start to back away, and the pendant itself just drops into the water. And the water itself scatters in a bunch of different directions, but you can kind of feel it moving in multiple directions around you. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna head back to the group and we're gonna talk.
Okay. You start to head back to the group, and Quinquano starts to fire off in your head. An almost danger signal. As you look around in the water rushing towards you, you feel it as this. You guys all see this big being kind of just shoot out right behind Kelwise, right behind your back. Kelwise, roll me initiative.
Man, it's first
Can we
the mirror.
we can see this? Can we see
You
this
guys
or
can
no?
see
Oh,
this.
the water
Okay.
beast.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got it.
So there was only one beast in the water
Watch.
that we noticed.
There was only
By
one
the way-
creature, yeah. This creature's got like a pendant around its neck. There's only one that
13.
you can notice. 13? Oof. So Kelwise, it jumps out, and because of Quinquano's warning to you, you react quickly as it comes up out of the water, and this big fist-like water protrusion comes to try and slam down upon your head. What are you doing?
Is it? If I were to move, would it have opportunity of attack?
Let's see, where's the reach? Depends. So, if you can, with a DC 15 acrobatics, you'd be able to jump away. I think this area is like rocky, but it's also wet and slippery. So with a DC 15, you'd probably be able to make it away without getting attack of opportunity.
And we get advantage on the roll, right? Coast.
Yes, we're still on the coast. That wouldn't help. It wouldn't help. Or would it?
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of in the coast. This specific biome is very coastal feeling.
Coastal feeling.
Yeah, it's not really exactly how that works. But while tracking other creatures, I would know their exact number. So if there were more than one, I would probably know if there were. Okay, I'm gonna try the jump away. I'm gonna try jumping away.
So you start to run away, and its fist goes to slam down. Let's see if you can avoid it while skipping along these rocks.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
That's a mathing. 18.
At 18, you manage to skip away, and you guys see him kind of skitter back as this thing slams into the water, and then another arm comes out where the arm had just slammed down. Kelwise, what are you doing?
I am full on dashing away.
Okay, so Kelwise, you start to run, and you guys can all see him. He's maybe 500 feet down this big rocky area, and you guys are kind of still hiding in the back of the mist, taking cover. And you see Kelwise kind of run. And Kelwise, are you running back to join them?
I am, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to run all the way back, skipping, and the thing, you guys see it kind of come out of the surf, and it kind of surfs back and forth a few times before it just falls again into the water.
So I take it that didn't work?
No, it went awful. It's, as you might expect, chaotic, turns out. The thing that reassured me, though, was once the water beast, whatever it was, came out of the water, it brought the amulet with it, and then it sort of dissipated, and the amulet just fell on its own, which made me wonder if there was some way to catch it in midair and sort of maybe pull it.
Catch
But I don't-
the...
Maybe you can.
Cornelia has her hand. That magic one.
It's
Oh.
magic.
Probably just.
We
Oh,
can
it is
do it
magic.
without magic.
Yeah.
That would be better.
I mean, it is a low magical spell, so maybe you could do it though. But it is
What if
magic.
you catch it in your mouth, Cornelia?
I'm really fast.
That's true.
That is
Also,
true.
Kelwise, you could try to fish for it. Use a fishing rod and hook, maybe.
I think that's probably
the best idea ever.
Rosic, that's a really
no facial
freaking good idea.
anyone's
Well,
making-
only because you're a master fisherman. That's all. That's the only reason I brought it up. If it was if it was me, I would be like, no way.
Master of masters.
Somehow-
Some might say.
So do you put bait on your fishing rod for that? Would you say you're a master at that?
Yikes.
What are you getting at? I don't follow.
I think the application of bait is it's worth considering for this opportunity. I'm not sure I'm gonna need the bait though. Let's be fully honest.
I don't know how you catch water.
Yeah.
Like, how do you bait water?
Water?
Yeah, how do you bait water?
Oh, great question.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why I asked
pretty
it.
wet. So. A lot of thinking.
Okay, well,
Perhaps you-
Don't
let's
think too hard.
maybe plan A, try to fish for it. Plan B, try to get it out, and then maybe Pup can use their very
Use
fast
your
reflexes
rod.
to try
Use
to
your
like.
rod.
Master,
it out.
master. Oh,
Yeah, I think a good plan of attack here might be if I'm in front and I'm trying to fish this thing out, but maybe you guys tie a rope around my waist in the event I
That's
get
a good
sucked
idea.
in or
Yeah.
something, so you can pull me back out.
Fine.
Because I
pull
wouldn't.
me back. We don't
normally I
want
would
to lose
just-
them.
Yeah, I'd use the anchor spell, but knows
I'm
what
pretty strong. Is anyone else here kind of strong, or is it
Nope.
just-
well, maybe the sum of your energies together.
I mean,
All
I'll
of them
help,
together.
but I don't think it'll be
Oh.
very helpful.
Uh,
help.
I should have made us sneaky on the ship. I forgot. You think I
Oh
should try to make us sneaky now?
no, I don't think that would. I don't know if we can sneak from water though.
Just like in general for like this whole thing, because you know those like lizard things are flying over.
Should we go back to the ship so you can make us sneaky?
I thought you said make us stinky at first.
I thought
Oh,
so
that's
too.
what Cornelia does.
I thought so too.
That's what
It
I
was
heard
like,
too,
oh,
actually,
I
and I
should have
was
made
like-
a stinky on the ship.
I
And I was
should
like,
have passed out a trace before you went out.
I
I
know.
probably would have.
Flashback?
We already had one of those today.
Can I roll to convince the DM?
We flash back. Pup is sucking on
This
some
must be
honey.
really hard if he's
Pup-
letting us do this.
Pup,
I know.
roll a wisdom saving throw.
James reconsidering the
Let's see.
challenge. he
Let's
set
say
aside.
DC. Let's say DC
like, wow.
12.
Wisdom
They
saving.
really are
I rolled a
figuring this out.
13 for a
A
16 for a wisdom save.
13, and
A 16.
it pops into Pup's head as they rolled over a 12. You know what would be a great spell to have everyone be a part of right now? Pass
What,
without a
Pep?
trace.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, you're so smart.
But you all,
You're
Pretty good.
so smart.
you all
Wisdom.
Get off the
remember.
boat.
You guys all remember that, wow, we could be very, very sneaky in this time. And as you guys are thinking that, another wave, this time 3 Wyverns, all with Ryder in tow, kind of fly around. They swoop
We're in the mist.
low, and they look clearly, vigilantly watching this area, and they fly for maybe 4 or 5 minutes before going up onto the roost and disappearing.
All
Those
right.
things make me nervous.
Hate that.
So this creature, once we take this amulet, is it just not going to be a creature anymore? Are we going to have to kill this thing? Are we going to have to move
I don't
on to the
know.
next one? That's what's worrying me.
Only one way
kill
to find
water?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find out.
And I just start slowly inching towards where we're meant to be going.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
you
going.
kinda
Tie the
inch
rope
out.
around my waist.
I-
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Push
Okay.
you in.
So you have a rope tied around your waist, and Pup, you're just kind of running out, run and gun.
Well, what do you mean
Is
by
that-
run and gun? I'm with. We're all together, right?
You all
No, you're
going?
running towards the water, or no?
I was never
No,
running.
Hellwise. No, Pup is
Hellwise is
holding the
running.
rope. Hellwise is running.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're all going to
Kellwise is
hold
gonna do
the
the
rope
fishing, I
that's attached to Kellwise as a team while Kellwise goes out there and is going to try
Yeah.
to fish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go with Kellwise.
I'm gonna go with you just in case I need to grab it really fast.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
You guys hold it back here. I'll
So
lift
you
him up
guys
there.
walk out.
Should we have a rope on you two then?
Kelwise,
Yeah.
roll me since you're out in front, Kelwise, and Pup, both you guys roll me a perception check.
I think we probably should tie a
Natural
rope to Pup,
20.
too.
Nat 20. Kelwise, you see maybe
I rolled a 9.
this time maybe like 600 feet down outside of the mist, you see the pendant swirling around. It's tough to see because it's not humongous, but you see it in the water moving, just kind of like a pendant would, just flowing in the water up and down and around these different brooks and waterfalls.
All right, we're gonna need an immense amount of luck, I think. So let's see how this goes. I think this calls for the good lure. I think
Good lord.
extra shiny.
Yeah.
Extra shiny. Extra
Yeah.
shiny. Okay, so you put the scaled lure on, the rainbow scaled lure on this thing. Extra shiny. Just makes
For
you
good luck.
feel emboldened as you guys
does.
walk out. And as you start to walk out, Pup, are you staying right next to Kelwise?
No, I would say I'm probably back like 10 feet or so.
Okay, about
Maybe
10
more.
feet behind Kelwise. You guys watch Kelwise walk out. He's got his rod, the lucky lure on. And again, Kelwise, as you start to get within maybe 150 feet of this thing, out of the water, this thing appears, kind of moving back and forth, watching you predatorily.
I shake the lure on the end of the rod back and forth in a I don't know, a trance-like manner. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and it looks like this,
Pup gets
back and forth at the
Pup gets
lure.
hypnotized by it.
As it moves, it starts to slowly move towards you. Again, weary this time. Cornelia, Rezik, Trust, you guys all roll me a perception check.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
good.
shit.
Bro, Raggy.
19.
Perception 12.
After 7.
7.
19.
Rezik, you see it, because it's impossible to hear anything with the water crashing and crackling. You see it. This little head and arms pop out of the water directly behind Pup, and this thing starts to raise up. And Pup is
Okay.
maybe 500-600 feet down the coast.
What am I seeing? I'm seeing like a little fish person, or what am I seeing exactly?
It's like a demi-human form, just like the same as what has the amulet, the necklace. Just this thing made out of
Okay.
water, a being made out of water, except it rises up out of the water and it takes a fist
Okay.
and it raises it
Yeah,
high.
I'll yell out, "Pup, look out behind you!"
Okay, and as you yell and you scream that out into this big area, it starts to almost echo through the area as you hear, almost like a screech come from the roost as you scream out. Pup,
From
you
300
notice
feet up, they heard that. Wow,
you
okay.
notice
All right.
something.
Fucking magic dragons.
And hundreds of feet away. Don't forget.
Yeah, hundreds of feet away, very far away. Pup,
We're really far
You
away.
did say you.
Probably further than the dragons, I would
Pup.
guess.
Kelwise, both you guys, roll me initiative.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Lovely. That's a 6.
A 6. Pup, you turn as you hear Rezik call to you, and you see this monstrous elemental standing right above you, hands in the
Could have
air.
just tugged on the rope.
They're not attached to the rope. Kelwise is.
My hands are on the rope
Yeah.
though, because I'm standing behind him.
But
ready
we're
to pull.
holding the rope too. We didn't just let Pup go out
No,
and not
we're
hold
like-
the rope.
We're like 500
Oh, I
feet
thought,
away,
I
though.
thought that Pup was just like. I didn't know they were holding the rope too. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
maybe
the hell
they are.
closer just in case.
I thought Pup was holding the rope and Kelwise is going in front.
No,
you're
we're
right.
all
You're
holding the
really
rope.
far. I keep
You're
forgetting how
all
far
holding the
away
rope.
they are.
I thought we were gonna pull. I thought the group was holding on to the rope that was tied to Kelwise,
I
and then Pup
apologize.
followed.
So you guys would have basically had to go out basically
Yeah.
400 feet out with them, which is fine.
Yeah, they're really far
I just
away.
didn't know. It's up to you guys.
Are we going out that far, or are we letting Pup have the rope?
Team,
I don't mind being the only one holding the rope, so that.
Okay.
No, we
we'll-
already said it. The team
we'll
is
stay
all
hidden.
helping holding the rope, and yeah.
Okay, so you guys are about
Yeah.
100 feet behind them. And immediately as you see that kind of come up, Cornelia, Trust, and Rezik, you guys start looking around yourselves just because these things can seemingly pop up from anywhere there's water. And this whole place is just like a babbling brook of chaotic water flowing around. But Pup, you see this thing rise up behind you as that one is still moving closer and closer to Kelwise. Kelwise laser focused on this thing for when it drops. Hopefully if the amulet drops, he can grab it with the lure. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to distract it, and I'm gonna punch some water.
Okay, you go to just punch
That's a
this
good
thing, and you notice as you try and hit this thing that it's way more substantial than you would have expected for punching water. Roll an attack.
But they're a monk. This is good. punch goes.
My attack is 19.
You hit.
Great.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they got this.
That is going to be 7 damage.
Okay.
And then
And
I'm gonna
you hit this thing, and you feel your fist make contact with something. It's weird in your mind, but if you were to just close your eyes, it would feel like you're fighting a living being.
I'm gonna take a swing at it with my bow staff.
Okay,
That is a 24.
that hits.
That is 6 damage.
Okay.
Then I'm
Okay.
going to bonus attack unarmed strike.
All right.
Ooh, let's go. That's gonna be another 24,
Okay, that's a hit.
and that's another 6.
6. Okay. So you start wailing on this thing, and you can feel its body kind of almost flinching as you hit it. And immediately you hit it 3 times very quickly, and it almost lets out this screech. Like, it's almost as if the ocean itself just crying out as these 2 big arms go swiping towards you, Pup. Unless you're going to do anything else, sorry. I just threw my dice all over
I'm
the
gonna look at it and I'm gonna go. Since I'm so close, I'm gonna lick it. Is it water?
Okay. Yeah. It tastes cool. But clear, clean, crystal clear, almost like a crystal clear geyser arrowhead.
The refreshment.
Dasani.
Water.
Garbage
And
water.
2 of these big giant, like almost hammer-shaped arms come flailing at you, Pup. What's your AC?
18.
18. The first one misses, but the second one connects, slamming into you, and it feels like just a ton of bricks has smacked into you, dealing 2, 5, 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And you
1
feel
point
it
of
just
damage?
smack onto you, and then immediately the creature just, this tall, oh my gosh. The green screen is falling over my head. It moves forward and it completely engulfs you in water. Meanwhile, Kelwise, this thing comes whipping towards you. It just bolts out towards you, jets to the right, and then you see it. You just intuitively see this thing, the necklace, starts to fall ever so slightly as the thing starts to creep back into the water. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm casting then. I'm laser focused.
Roll
the best cast I've ever casted.
Roll
Perfect
a survival
Perfect cast.
with advantage since you're using your
Ooh,
lucky
yes.
lure.
I like that. It's 17.
17. the lure goes bloop into the water just below where the necklace is, and the necklace falls. And you wrench back, not expecting anything, but this shiny pendant hooked onto your lure comes flying out with it. But at the same time,
let it go, Captain.
And then right in front of you, this water creature jets out of the water, 2 hands out, and slams down at you, Kelwise.
Should we all pull at this point?
Can we pull?
Ooh. What's your AC?
16.
16. Because of the nature of this attack, you didn't see it coming. This thing hits you square on, Kelwise, with a natural 20.
Ooh, yeah.
And we have pulled it all to limit the damage?
You take 32 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing just knocks the wind out of you. Roll me a Constitution saving throw. We'll say DC 13 to hold on to your fishing rod as it just plows into you.
14.
A 14! But Kelwise, the tough little halfling he is, goes whizzing by you, pup. Kelwise, you also move 20 feet back as you go just sailing as this thing took a golf swing with a sledgehammer at your body, but you managed to hold on. Pup, you see
The right
your rope
direction,
goes
though?
top in the correct direction. Yeah, back towards the mist. As this thing goes up, you hear another screech into the air as some of the wyverns on top of this tower, and you notice that any of the noises that these wyverns make echoes through this. It's almost like you're in a dome that just emits sound as it bounces all around. You guys all on the coast see Kelwise. You guys are about 100 feet away. Kelwise goes flying up in the air and out as if he just got uppercut by Mike Tyson. Rezik, Trust, Cornelia, what are you guys doing?
Going, oh!
Yeah, if he's 100 feet in the air, you guys, we have a tarp. Let's go catch him. We have to catch him.
You're still 100 feet behind Pup, who is about 10 feet behind him, so it'd be 10 feet away still.
And so he's flying in the air 100 feet up, and we're 100 feet
Only
away.
20 feet up.
Oh, you're 20 feet up. Oh my god.
So we weren't
has featherfall, but we don't.
I messed up the scenario earlier, so we're not holding the rope at all. It was only Pup holding the rope.
Oh, we're not.
You're holding
Okay.
the rope.
Oh, I thought you guys
Oh,
were
we are
holding the
holding
rope
the
now. You guys are still 100 feet away,
we're
but you guys
still
are the long rope. You guys are at the end of the rope. And Kelwise is on the
Okay.
other side.
Okay.
So you guys have the rope.
The rope.
Pull it.
Pull it
Pull it.
down so he
Please
falls
pull it.
harder.
You guys can all just start pulling the rope
Yeah.
if you want to. All right. So you guys all all of you guys roll an athletics check. Cornelia, Rezik,
Sounds like a
Trust.
good situation.
Ooh! Natural one! Told you guys it wasn't
Natural
strong.
one.
Me too.
Oh, no.
I warned you.
What'd you
My
get?
hands don't work.
I got a 13, and I'm hoping that
13.
Theodore is also helping us pull, maybe.
Well, Theodore is with still with
With
Eva,
Eva?
in the back in the
Okay.
mist.
They
Darn.
weren't
Just-
dumb enough to come out here.
You guys start to pull, and Kelwise, you feel the rope
Ugh.
pull you, and then your head just goes clunk against like a stone, and you just get caught. You're just now being shoved up against rocks, being pulled by this rope.
Now I know what fish feel like. I learned something
Exactly.
today. I
It's
know
the
exactly what it
exact-
feels like.
This is karma.
Pup, you see Kelwise getting like shoved up against the brook, just kind of back and forth. This elemental still in front of you, and the one behind that had just sent Kelwise sprawling. You do see though that Kelwise is through it all, whizzing, and this necklace is slowly flipping and dipping and going closer and closer to him. It seems like he's got it securely on his rope.
Great. Then I would like to grab him and run.
Okay, so you move out of the. You try. Are you gonna disengage? Are you just gonna grab him and dash?
I'm gonna grab him and dash, and I'll take the risk.
Okay, so another attack comes with this thing. Ooh, a 23.
Boy.
Another slam attack
That might hit.
hits you. 3, so 10, 14 points of bludgeoning damage as this water elemental smacks you as you go by. But you don't lose a second as you shake it off. Pick up Kelwise's body with the rope, as it's way easier for the rest of you to kind of start pulling the rope, and you dash, which is I think 80 feet. 90 feet. Okay. Roll me a acrobatics as you start to jump from just area to area on the slippery ground.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Pup makes it almost all the way back to you guys as you're pulling the rope. In fact, you guys can't pull the rope fast enough as it's just slack as you guys are pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling, and then Pup makes it to you guys.
I'm like carrying him like a baby. I'm
Yeah.
like, go, reel it in!
You guys all kind of make it back to the same area. What are you guys doing?
Hiding.
Hiding in the mist. We're going to the mist.
Hiding? You guys are
Hiding.
Cornelia, you're gonna head to the mist.
Yes, head to the mist, everybody.
Go back.
Okay, you guys all start running down this
very
slippery enclave, and these water elementals moving super quick, just dissolving into the water, popping up much closer, almost like snakes. All of you guys start to dash back. All of you roll me an acrobatics check as you start to run. The stone's
acrobatics.
completely wet.
Oh no.
Yeah, 20 part 2.
Dirty 20.
13.
13.
23.
23.
A natural 20 to make it a 30.
That is
Let's
a
go!
big. I got a big 8.
An 8. You guys all start running
Okay.
as Rezik splashes and falls in the water.
But is he still holding the rope?
He is still holding the rope. But as you guys all run out, one of those elemental pops up right over Rezik. Yes.
Would I have seen him falling?
No, because you'd be way
him?
ahead of him. You'd be way ahead of him. You're also holding Kelwise still.
That's true.
Well, I guess Kelwise, you didn't need to hold a. You didn't need to make a check.
Small.
Yeah, because you're being carried.
Yeah.
You're just reeling. What's your AC, Rezik?
AC is 15.
15. First attack is a 14. It misses you. Second attack comes at you. Oh my god. I can't even.
That's a nat 1 if it falls off the
And
table.
it doesn't count.
No, it's not one. Yeah, not one.
Oh god, I was
my
hoping his green screen was just gonna fall over.
Fell off the table and it was a nat 20. Let's re-roll
That
that.
doesn't count.
Re-roll.
Yeah,
Re-roll.
yeah.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. It fell. I always re-roll my fall.
It's not a nat 20, but it's a 24. Rezik.
Okay, that will probably
bad.
hit too. Yeah.
You take 14 points of damage as the second hand smashes you onto the ground. You're still connected to the rope. What are the rest of you doing? You guys are about 100 feet away. Rezik's on the rope. Are you just gonna pull the rope?
Yeah, I assume we're
crossing
still
my
running and
fingers.
pulling.
Well, if he's holding onto the rope and I'm way ahead of him holding onto Kelwise, who has the rope tied around
Yeah,
him,
Pup's just
Yeah.
dragging.
Yeah.
he's
We're
being
Pulling
dragged.
him.
Okay.
me
all of
running.
you guys who are dragging, Cornelia, Trust, Pup, Kelwise, all you guys roll me in athletics.
Athletics?
Yeah.
Do I want to help?
Natural one. Let's go.
Natural
17.
one.
Day
17.
is it running and oh my gosh. Oh, it ends up being a
I'm
9.
not strong.
9.
13.
13.
Not good with water. I'm a fire creature.
Unfortunately, you guys are moving kind of, and this area is almost like a valley. It domes down, so you guys are kind of running uphill just a little bit. And Rezik, they managed to pull you, but you are just being smashed and rolled onto like a series of rocks as your body just starts bouncing. You take 3 more points of bludgeoning damage as you're just kind of bouncing off these rocks. You hear Eva call out.
I'm like, I've fallen. I think I get dragged. Fallen.
Yeah. And then you guys roll up. You guys run up. You make it back to the mist, and just as you make it back to the mist, you guys see 12
Ugh.
wyverns
Oh my god, we
with
need
riders
4. We need 3 more. Oh my god.
fall out, and they start to swirl. You guys standing back into the mist, breathing heavily. Kelwise, that pendant in your hand now.
We got it.
As you guys look, and they start to swirl
Guys, we
around
fucked up.
and around and around.
Oh, I think they know we got it.
Move slowly, don't breathe so heavy. There's mist is get deeper in the mist.
I mean, question. We have the unseeing amulet. Can we go invisible?
And pass without
Oh
a trace.
yeah.
Well, the amulet of unseen eyes just protects against scrying.
Oh.
So any kind of
Scrying. Oh, I thought it made you invisible. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Scrying,
No,
scrying,
no.
you're right. Yeah, it's been a while, sorry. Okay. Oh, shoot.
I don't know.
I guess should we just try to like hide, or what should we do? Run away?
Hide in the mist. Hide
Are
in
they?
the mist.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
are they
all
flying
of you
above
roll
us?
me
Can we
a-
see them?
all of you guys can see them. All of you guys roll me a stealth check with advantage, and then plus another advantage since you're in the mist. So double
we-
advantage.
Plus 10
And
with
plus 10 because
Oh,
that's
it's
not a
plus
trace.
10 with the so just roll with advantage plus 10. Sorry.
With
16.
advantage plus 10.
Yeah.
A stealth?
I am rolling. My tiny dice are not being nice.
I got a 33.
33.
Damn, Rizik, you're so sneaky.
I got a 32.
32.
I got
Grenade
a
is
30. I'm
only a
embarrassed.
30. What'd you get, Trust?
16.
Ooh, a 16.
Is it a group?
Did you add 10 to that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, fuck.
That's with advantage? Wow.
Yeah, I rolled a 3 and then a 6. Okay, guys, not my 9.
Ooh.
Do you have plus 0 stealth?
Sorry. 18.
Hey, Trust,
okay,
go
cool.
stand over there, please. Can you go stand over there?
I forgot.
I was gonna say shit. That sucks.
There was still, it was like advantage plus 10. I forgot to add my actual stuff. 18.
All right, that's better. That's better.
As Trust is like, it's you guys are getting a little bit concerned. Just have Trust, loud Trust. The Trust's not really made for long dashes up babbling brooks.
I'm gonna put my head over.
And you guys
I'm
put
a
your hand over the
tiefling.
mouth. Yeah. And everything. Yeah, and it's almost as if like Trust needs to sing a little ditty to calm their nerves down.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
You see these riders kind of scour for almost an hour as they're
scour for an hour.
flying around looking. They don't seem to notice anything in particular. They just kind of look back and forth, scouring the area. You
Why do you
notice
think they don't land and look for us?
Do they have any riders, or is it just the?
they all have riders. Yes.
do.
These, and you only know they're elves because of what you were told, but fully armored knights holding these huge lances.
It's like Lord of the Rings shit right now.
You guys notice 3 more pendants glittering. One on a massive rock mound. One on what looks like a being made of a pure inferno. And one swirling angrily in a torrent of wind.
Oh,
And that is what we're going to pick up next week.
this is gonna be a lot of work. Oh boy. Okay.
Ooh, maybe
Watch
we should hold it
out.
up.
3 to go.
Should have come with an army.
I
Wow. Well, good going, Kelwise. You got it.
will
Wow, that
pay
was awesome.
someone
Yeah.
to make a gif of Kelwise and Rezik being dragged across rocks, just smacking her. Just bouncing around. The only thing I have as comparison is I don't know if you guys ever watch rugby, but there's this thing called a scrum where these players like smash into each other with shoulders, and the guy right in the middle, I think he's called a center. Don't quote me on that. He gets in there, and I was watching the World Cup highlights, and I mean, you're not supposed to, but like fists and elbows and things are just being like
Yeah, of course.
precariously
Of course.
thrown out. And the guy's head looked
It's a
like
bad
a
little dice.
pinball in one of those machines, just being like, kung, kung,
Nice.
kung, 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 kung. And I was like, oh my God. So that's what I imagine with Kelwise's small body just bouncing like a pinball up a machine.
Usually my
man.
tiny dice are nicer to me. That was very disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, you know, every dice has a bad night. Next time I'll be better.
You and who is the what's the guy's name? Will Wheaton. He's the one who like has terrible dice rolls.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Daye, you and him together would just create like an anomaly in the dice.
Maybe
rolling
both of
universe
us
that
would
just-
roll natural
90,
20s constantly if we were ever at a table together. You know, like 2 negatives make a positive.
Yeah, there you
Maybe.
go.
Call me
Maybe.
Will Wheaton. Let's go.
He's like, he just won Celebrity Jeopardy, and he's
Okay,
gonna-
whatever. I'm
Yeah, he's like
I'm
smart
just as
too,
cool as
so-
him.
Oh, did he? That's awesome.
Were you saying? Oh, at
Oh.
least he's smart though.
No, I said I guess he's smart.
Just
and
kidding. Just
stuff. I
kidding.
don't know what I said anymore.
Daye, you're so smart.
I used to be. Except for debate these days.
That's better than most of us. I was never smart, and I
Yeah.
continue to not be. Thank you, everyone,
That's
so
correct
much
for
for
me, for
hanging out
sure.
with us. We'll be back next week at 7 p.m. Pacific to see more of our Chronicles and Aventide Hex of Ellazar arc, where I take their magic away, and then they all whine and
And then
complain.
kill us.
But what?
I mean, it's a
What?
great debuff for a DM to do that.
If you think
So-
I'm not gonna cast magic at least once just to see what happens, you crazy.
But how fun was that, right?
Daye loves chaos, so
All right. Yeah. Tune in to see how long Daye can go without casting magic. We'll take some bets in the Discord. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. We're going to go. We'll see you next week. Hang out. We're going to raid. And have a beautiful week. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And we'll see you
Have a
next
magical
week.
week.
Have a magical week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.